Hey everyone, it's Ken. I have been playing DBD since 2017, maybe even early 2018, and I swapped a PC roughly a year ago, and this swap recently made me figure out why I've been annoyed for so many years on console and why I'm so much more calm nowadays on DBD. Now, I would normally go through this entire video explaining why, but right now DBD is in a really bad state with a lot of different bugs and issues. Dead Hard is causing base kit BT not to work. 2 gens are popping when 1 is meant to be popping. Some perks don't even function correctly. Oppression doesn't even function. It shows you have oppression, but nothing happens. Tiles are busted, perks are busted, killers are busted, survivors are busted. Everything is busted right now. But in a more blanket situation where we're talking about DBD overall and how to have fun with the game again, I think this video will at least attempt to assist you in having fun with the game again. Now, I do want to preface this in saying that my way of having fun in this game isn't going to be everyone else's fun, and the idea of this video is not really to have more fun, but to enjoy the game more, which I think is a bit different. You can still enjoy things and not have fun, and have fun things and not enjoy it. I think enjoying DBD is a very easy thing to do by doing this simple thing. Now, of course, like I said, it's something that may not work for everyone. Now, some of you may come into this video assuming I'm going to say something along the lines of, take the game less seriously. Well, by definition, I take this game very seriously. I personally enjoy DBD in its competitive aspect. I enjoy it when both sides are using all the tools at their disposal to win and having more of a tug of war of the power that is DBD. The power can be on the survivor side or on the killer side. It really just matters on who is pulling on the side of the rope harder. Now, sometimes perks, maps, and experiences can make that pull easier or harder, but overall, it is more of a tug of war of who is doing the best in the match. So I'm not going to ridicule you for taking this game seriously, because I do, and I'd be hypocritical for doing so. However, what I'm going to tell you is very simple. Take the game less personally. Now, some people won't be able to tell the difference between the two, and I think there's a pretty obvious difference. You can take the game very seriously, but not personally. And while I still do get annoyed at matches, I almost never take it personally. Let's say, for example, if someone tunnels, slugs, gen rushes, loops, uses certain... plays in a different way that you wouldn't naturally see a player play. Now, sometimes it's very easy to say that this happened to me because insert reason here. Happened to me because I have TTV in my name, even though you do control your name. This happened because my hours are public. Well, you can hide your hours. And so many other things. A lot of times, you will find reasons to make excuses for shortcomings. Now, don't get me wrong, tunneling and slugging still does happen. It's pretty rampant and pretty common. And the same goes with gen rushing, looping, and very, very efficiently looping. I don't want to say looping in a blanket term, as some people will assume that means I'm making fun of people who loop. I loop all the time. It's fine. I think it's part of the game. So is gen rushing. So is slugging, and so is camping. And if you genuinely think that slugging, camping, and gen rushing aren't actual parts of the game, then why would the developers actively acknowledge these by creating base kit changes and perk changes? For example, in addition to Deadlock, actively punishes gen rushing. Then the base kit BT and a ton of other perks that will actively counteract tunneling and also slugging with Unbreakable. There are changes and additions to the game that actively acknowledge these as part of the game. Now, whether or not they want to keep this as a focal point of the game is still in the developer's court at this point, but still, these things can happen and probably will happen. Now, sometimes it is being targeting. Sometimes they do notice you have a low amount of hours. Sometimes they do notice that you are a streamer, and they might target you for that. But in most situations that I've experienced, that's not happening. Because for one, I always have TTV in my name. I never use it as an excuse because it's super fucking easy to just take that TTV on your name. I do understand that on console it does cost money to change your name, which I think is really stupid, but it does cost money to change your name. So you can put on anon mode to be able to hide your name. And the reason why I'm trying to find solutions for your thought process rather than trying to change it is because I do believe you can't really change the thought process without being able to see a difference. What I'm trying to say is that I can't just simply shift your opinion just by saying, hey, take the game less personally. I have to actively show you the difference. So when you turn on anon mode, when you start thinking about why someone's tunneling or slugging or why they're gen rushing, being able to take a step back and remove yourself from the equation and realize why these things are happening. Now, like I said, sometimes you will see situations where it is tunneling, slugging, camping is happening because of insert reason here, but that's not a majority. If anything, I would say in my experience, it's a minority of things. Now, of course, this is my experience. For all I know, tunneling and slugging is happening just because of TTVs and shit like that. I don't personally think so, from my personal experience, and I do encourage you to go experience it yourself. If you have TTV in your name and you think you're getting targeted for it, take it out. Are you still getting tunneled or slugged the same way? If you are, then maybe it's something else. To make a short video even shorter, the TLDR is take the game less personally, try to make sure you can assess situations to realize that maybe it isn't because of a reason outside of your control, and maybe it is a reason inside of your control. Sometimes you aren't being targeted for your name, your character, your hours, your experience, all this different stuff. Sometimes you aren't, sometimes you will, but in most situations you are not. And being able to remove yourself from the equation and be able to realize, look, the match has happened, time to requeue. That will really help you in enjoying this game again. Maybe not having fun, but enjoying. But yeah, I do hope you all enjoy this video. Without further ado, have a nice rest of your morning, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you. Bye.